Hello, everyone, and welcome to Body Bags. I'll be your reviewer for today. I'm Lonnie from Tats, and yep, yep. Unfortunately, Halloween is gone. It's going to be another year before we get around to another one. So that means right now we got to get ready for Thanksgiving and Christmas. So it means it's time to start watching, Thanksgiving movies, which that's not so bad because we have stuff like Blood Rage. We have Eli Roth's Thanksgiving coming out, so we got stuff like that. And then we got Christmas coming right around the corner, and which brings me to the movie that I want to talk about today. This came out just this year and stars David Howard Thornton, who you'll remember as Art the Clown from the Terrifier films. And kind of funny that this is a Christmas horror movie, and now we get word that Terrifier 3 is coming out next year, and that's going to be a Christmas horror movie as well. But this one here, we are talking about The Mean One. And I think, I don't think you have to really guess, like what this, I think you get the idea of what this movie is a takeoff of, So, yeah, I mean, I do love the Grinch story. I grew up with it, it's like, you got the Chuck Jones animated classic. I've watched this zillion times growing up as a kid, so always love this. I do enjoy the Jim Carrey movie, directed by Ron Howard, and they did that other animated Grinch movie, and I was just kind of like, that's a bit much. I didn't think we really needed three of these. Excuse me. But this one here, when I heard about it, I was just like, and especially when I was like, oh my God, David Howard Thornton is going to play the Grinch character. Well, in this one, they call him, the mean one and stuff. But it's like, really? He's going to play that character in here? It's like, I got to see this. And, oh man, this movie, it's a lot of fun. And, I'm kind of for the idea of this, let's take these beloved children's classics and stuff like that and do like horror versions of them. I have not seen Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey yet. I do want to see it. I know it's like it hasn't really gotten the best reviews and things like that, but there still is a part of me that still really wants to see this. So but this movie is a lot of fun. It's the whole movie is pretty much like a what if scenario. Now we all I'm sure we've all seen The Grinch. And so we're all familiar with the part where, when the Grinch goes into Cindy Lou Who's house and he's, stealing all the stuff, he's stealing the tree and everything else. And Cindy comes and he pats her on the head, gives her a cup of water and sends her back to bed and stuff like that. But this movie is kind of like a what if scenario. What if when Cindy goes in and she sees the Grinch and Cindy's mother comes in and tries to fight him off and he ends up killing the mother. And then years later, Cindy and her father, they return to, of course, we know the Grinch, the place they live in is called Whoville. And this one is called Newville. But yeah, you definitely, you can see like, you got like the mountain there, kind of like Mount Crumpet. There's David Howard Thornton as the Grinch. I love that though. When she's going to fight the Grinch, she's got these guns there painted up like candy canes. So this movie is a hoot. So anyways, so years later, Cindy and her father, they come back to Newville. And the idea is they're talking about they want to fix up their family home and spend the holidays in it. They're talking about the possibility of maybe selling it, things like this. So they get to Newville and they come to find out that actually nobody celebrates Christmas. It's Christmas time, but nobody's putting up any lights. Nobody's decorating. None of that stuff, right? So they decide, to heck with it. Let's, excuse me, let's put up some lights. Let's put up a tree and all this stuff. So Cindy and her father, they put up a tree and everything. And then her father ends up being killed by the mean one, Howard Ford. You want to say David Allen, but it's David Howard. But, he shows up and, he kills him. And then, so Cindy is dealing, and she comes to find out that basically in Newville, nobody celebrates Christmas. Nobody puts up any lights or anything like that. Because if they do, the mean one, because he hates Christmas, the Grinch character, because he hates Christmas, he will come down and wreak havoc on everybody there. And one of the best scenes in this movie is there's a scene where this poor woman, she's working in She's working in a restaurant, and all these like mall Santas, I guess, or Salvation Army Santas or whatever, and they're hot, dressed up elves, girls, wearing like sexy elf outfits and stuff. They go into this restaurant and they're sitting there. They want drinks, they want food and all this, and so she's like, so the waitress is telling them like, yeah, the grill is shut down. The best I can do is give you drinks, and with drinks it's going to be like iced tea. And so, like these guys are, of course, they're making crude sexual advances to her and stuff like that. And it's like, ooh, just put your finger in my tea, baby, and ooh, you make it all good, sweet, stuff like that. And then the mean one, because they're singing Christmas tunes and all this kind of stuff, the mean one here, he comes in and boy, he just wreaks havoc. He just raises hell in this place, and just it's a bloodbath. So, but man, oh man, this movie it's a lot of fun, and so Cindy, with the help of this detective or this deputy, who is he's Jewish and everything, but she starts to realize like okay, what's going on with this town, and then she realizes she really really needs to go ahead and defeat the creature once and for all and everything. So there's going to be a showdown, and I think I'll just go ahead and leave it at that. Like I said, this movie, it is a lot of fun. The problem is it really does help if you have a sense of humor. Now, like I said, I mean, I love these movies. I've watched these movies plenty of times, and I really do enjoy it. I love the story and everything else, and I really do enjoy it. But I've always been raised that, like, it's not really good to take everything too seriously. It's kind of a good idea to go ahead and, just have a sense of humor once in a while. So, so something like this, I can still love The Grinch, but still have, some fun with this version of it. And the fact of the matter is, though, it's like this movie, it's really good in terms of the story, in terms of characters. It's fun. It's, you even got the narration, kind of like rhyming narration and things like this. And David Howard Thornton, my God, I mean, especially if you've seen the Jim Carrey version of The Grinch, like David Howard Thornton, he has got it down to a science, for God's sake. He has the, the movements that Jim Carrey has. He's got the, there you go, you see him there, and it looks pretty close. But, he's got he's definitely got like the rubber face, kind of manic, manic movements and everything else. Like he's got that shit down to a science, man, and he is so good. I would say if there was a downside to this movie, though, it's just this movie is extremely low budget, and it looks it. The downside is like some of the kills are fun. Like I said, there's this really fun scene that takes place in a restaurant. But the problem is, it's just there is so much like bad CGI blood, bad CGI gore, and stuff like that. If this movie had a little bit more of a budget, and where they could have afforded, to get, I don't care, like a Kurtzman and Nicotero, or Berger or Wayne Toth, and get somebody else to do some really good practical effects, that really would have gone a long way to help this movie, because that's the thing. This movie, and like I said, with the story, the characters, and everything else, it really is a very fun take on the Grinch story and the Grinch legend. And it's so much, it's just a cool movie to watch. And, but I honestly do recommend it. Give it a shot. Like I said, I know it looks cheap. I know the digital blood and everything else is not going to be very impressive, but, I like when you see kind of like how they take the Dr. Seuss story and just kind of really flip it and turn it on its head. I think you'll be really, really happy with it, and you'll be really impressed with it. And I think you'll just have a good time with it. And then after you get done watching that, then, go ahead and, marathon these bad boys too. So why not? But this one here, yeah. And, like I said, it's a lot of fun. David Howard Thornton is great as the Grinch character. And, this just makes me psyched to, I can't wait for Terrifier 3. And honestly, with just the Terrifier movies and now this movie, I think, my opinion, if this keeps up, I really honestly hope that one day we could put David Howard Thornton up there when we talk about all the great horror actors. We talk about, when we're talking about like, Robert Englund, Tony Todd, Angus Scrimm, Doug Bradley, Brad Dourif, and all that kind of stuff. Kate Hodder, like all the greats. I really am hoping that, this keeps up, that we can include David Howard Thornton into that group. Personally, I would love that if he was in him and John Jarrett. John Jarrett, especially after the Wolf Creek movies. Oh, hell yeah. And Shiver, yeah, please put John Jarrett in there as well. Love that guy. So anyway, but yeah, just this is a good, fun way to get started on the holidays. And, nothing, I love I love Christmas horror movies. They're just a lot of fun. And, I'm looking forward to breaking out all the good ones. I'm looking forward to Black Christmas, the original. I'm looking forward to Secret Santa, Mercy Christmas, Silent Night. I have to admit, I do like Silent Night, Deadly Night, but I do admit I kind of like the remake just a little bit better. Can't say the same for any of the Black Christmas remakes, but anyway. Yeah, I think I've gone on long enough. Yeah, the Mean One, give it a shot. If you can find it somewhere, maybe stream it. Or, that's the only bad part. Unfortunately, this is not an official release. This is a burn on demand, but still, oh man, give it a shot. I think you'll have some fun with it, and get you in the mood, start watching some of those fun Christmas horror movies. So that's it. So if anybody took the time to watch this, I thank you for doing it, and I appreciate you for doing it. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, could you please leave it a like? And if you haven't already, please go ahead and subscribe to the Body Bags channel. We have a different reviewer, one for every day of the week, and I'm the Saturday reviewer, and we got some fun theme weeks coming up, and yeah, just it's going to be a blast. So take care, everybody, and get ready. So happy holidays. See you later.